Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to do some price analysis on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Happy New Year guys. This is going to be a quick video, nothing huge, nothing major. We're just going to do a quick breakdown, but first I want to talk about this. This is very bullish slash bearish on Bitcoin. Usually ETFs are not a good thing, and then again they are. So there's goods and bads about them. So for example, like they have a silver ETF and a gold ETF. They can be easily and heavily manipulated. Yeah, Bitcoin may be manipulated a bit, but basically what they're doing is Van Eck Associates Corporation has tried to launch, or is trying to file and launch a ETF tracking Bitcoin. So this is both good and bad. I don't like it personally. But again, this is my opinion. An ETF will allow more investors to get in who don't want to buy Grayscale or who don't want to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum, just like the actual tokens itself, or even some of the mining stocks. So that's just my take on it. You guys can learn more about the article, read into it. It's like a 3-minute article, super easy to read. I'll put a link in the description. But today I want to get into Bitcoin right now. So here we have a trending Fibonacci retracement tool. Basically what we're trying to see is what are the next levels we need to look at. And if you look at this right now, we've already broken the all-time high, which we'll raise this up just a tad. That is supposed to be about the 19.8-ish mark. So if you guys look, you guys can see it here right now. The next big number is going to be around 29,673. Well, not around, that's exactly basically. So I'm thinking that's going to be a big resistance. We either blow through that and hit our next target, which our next target is going to be about 45. That's probably on the more so generous side. I'd say it would probably be under that, maybe around 4,200. Or I'm sorry, 42,000. Jeez, man, Bitcoin's gone up a ton. So basically how we're doing this is it's just a Fibonacci retracement / extension tool. We are going with the trend. So the trend actually adds in a couple of other levels so you can see where it could possibly go in the next levels. So our next levels are going to be, it says 45, but I'm going to say it's around 42, 43. You can shoot for 45 if you want. Just make sure you take your profits before. Not your profits before, but take some profits before. It's always good to take profits right before it or sometime in between this level. Because if not, well, you could lose your shirt. And hey, potential profits aren't profits. So keep that in mind. Also, the next one after that, if we do blow through that, is going to be around 61. And then around 71, and then we will have to analyze it in the future. I'll do another video on this to show you, but we're really popping on Bitcoin right now. Lots of fear and greed index is definitely getting kind of greedy. Let me show you what it is. So here's our fear and greed index right now. We are at 95, so it is extremely greedy right now. Very high warning signs. Last time we were around this level of greed was back in 2019 of June. Let's see, back where the last Bitcoin crash was. Where was that? The last Bitcoin crash, we can't even see it, but it was way higher. It goes back into 2017, and we were just like screaming off the charts. So right now, it's looking really, we're about to dump, so be careful with that. If you want to look here, this is where we also crashed last time, but this is a more of a pandemic induced, so that definitely didn't help against it. But we crashed from 65 all the way down to 10, or maybe even as low as 8. So when you see something like that, that's your buying opportunity. That's time to buy. You can keep that in mind, so always look for something like that. So like, see for example, November 18th 2019, we had a big drop. Let's see, back in November 18th, 2019, all the way down to about 24, 21, and it ended up being a great buying opportunity because if you look, we shot right back up. And then obviously the fear and greed index fluctuates again, but Keep that in mind, guys. The fear and greed index is very high right now, so I don't know. I would be very careful if you're looking to buy. This isn't financial advice. This is just, hey, this is, if something is extremely high, be careful. It's always buy low, sell high. That's how it works. So if you look here, we're going to do an Ethereum breakdown. This is also the Fibonacci trend. We're trying to see what the next tiers are. In my opinion, the next biggest tier, or the next biggest hold that's going to be is for Ethereum is around the 800 level. We either blow through that and go to 10G or 1G, or we bounce around and try to figure out what's going on. If you look around here, that was the same thing around the 400 level. Very, very tough breakthrough, and then as soon as we broke through, it was basically just the only time we had a resistance was around the 500 mark. So 400 to 650 or 625, we had a nice ride up, and we blew right through that one. And who knows? We'll see what happens. But in my opinion, Ethereum's got a quicker pickup than Bitcoin does. It's got a lot more. It has some previous highs, and it has a greater chance of going to those. Obviously, Bitcoin, everyone's predicting, hey, it's going to go crazy, it's going to go nuts. But Ethereum, institutional investors can get into Ethereum too, and it's not labeled as a security. And Ethereum is basically powering the whole entire decentralized internet. And, well, if you want to power the internet, well, what do? You invest in the picks and the shovels. Well, Ethereum is basically your pick and shovel company, because they are providing the internet, or the basis, in order to create decentralized applications and other applications on the blockchain or on the internet in the protocol. But anyways, those are my two takes. Let's go and hit on the wisdom one-liner for today in Proverbs 24 verses 21. Fear the Lord and the king, my son, and do not join with rebellious officials, for those two will send sudden destruction on them, and who knows what calamities they can bring. Guys, remember, the only person you should ever fear is God, because everyone else, they may be able to take your life, or they may be able to sticks and stones hurt my bones type of thing. The only person who has your soul in their hands is God. It's heaven or hell, guys. Remember that. Fear only the Lord, and you will be blessed.